I figured it might be time to tell you all the ways that I set up this streaming room and all the ways that it almost didn't happen. Hi y'all, SnarkyJay cosplay here. So a couple of weeks ago I put out a video asking you guys if you would be interested at all in watching me Twitch stream, and after a lot of thinking and a lot of strife, I actually managed to make it happen. Last night I finished setting up my Twitch streaming area. I thought it would be kind of cool to do a video walking you guys through how I put this all together and all the challenges that ended up coming up, because I honestly almost quit on this entirely more than a few times during the process. Now, as of the time of this video's recording, May 2nd, I'm going to be streaming tonight at 6 p.m. EST. I'm starting off slow, just kind of doing a hangout stream to sort of get the hang of it. I want to make sure that everything looks good before I start really gaming. I'm gonna go ahead and add the link to my Twitch channel in the description box below, so make sure you follow and keep an eye out for that. Now, that being said, let's get into the story. I had a bit of an image in mind for my streaming setup when I started. I'm not exactly like a pink, frilly type of person, but I do use hot pink in all my branding and I love cats, so I kind of wanted to have those elements. And in that video that I uploaded a couple of weeks ago, I talked about this headset that I found, this chair, and thanks to the generosity of some of my favorite people on the planet, I did manage to get the headset, the chair, and a couple of other pieces for the streaming setup. And I realize now that I was way in over my head, because I thought, okay, I'll sit down, I'll assemble a console and a gaming chair, and I'll put a headset on and I'll be done. And I really didn't properly calculate what a big pain in the ass this all would be. So on a random weekend, I started assembling the gaming chair, and with my dad's help, that really didn't take very long. It had all these cute accessories, like this little cat thing that hangs off of it. It had the ears on it. It was honestly so much cuter than I deserve. And I was very, very happy to sit in it.
Hello, Clarice.
It reclines all the way back. I'm stoked to do anything in this chair. The next problem that I had was that the TV that I had no longer had a stand. So we ended up having to buy a basic stand on Amazon, put that on. That really didn't take long, and the stand was only 20 bucks. But after that, I needed to find something to put the TV on. So it ended up requiring an entire trip to IKEA to buy this thing. I no longer remember what it's called, but it was metal, it was kind of cool. See, I've said in more than a couple of videos that I am absolutely awful with technology, and it is a miracle that I've even figured out how to do this for a living. The big problem is that because I'm so awful with technology, I basically ignored the advice of everybody that followed me, anybody that left a comment, any of my friends, and anybody that actually Twitch streams for a living, and I said, a PC, I'm just gonna stream directly through the PlayStation. Famous last words. So off my Amazon wishlist, I ended up getting the PS5 camera, and I realized that I did not research this enough, because that PS5 camera is incredibly flawed. And the minute I plugged it in, like, all the whites and highlights were blown out, like sheer white. It looked awful. And when I started looking into it, that camera actually has no settings, and it's also the only camera that is compatible with the PS5. Sony essentially created a camera that has the quality of a webcam from 2005 and refuses to let you use anything else. And I thought, the quality of my YouTube channel and my photos on Instagram are so much higher than this, I can't have my streaming setup look this subpar. So of course, my champion, my dad, started talking to me about, well, we've got a laptop that's sitting around there doing nothing, a real PC. Why don't we hook up a capture card and do this thing for real? And that's what I ended up having to do. So we took a trip to Best Buy and we got all the gear. So piece by piece in my setup, we have this. It's the Elgato face cam. This ended up being actually another nightmare, because apparently we didn't read the instructions, and by we I mean my father. Much love, I know he's watching this right now. Love you so much. We didn't read the instructions, and so we hooked it up, and it also looked like shit, and we were both frustrated about it for hours, until I realized that there's a thing called Camera Hub that you need to download to adjust. So we ended up getting to fix the camera, and to be honest, it looks pretty good, especially when it's combined with this pretty big light source. It's a NAN light, it's constant lighting, and it really creates a nice wash. Now, we also invested in the Elgato mic and the arm that comes with it. PC-wise, I am not all there. I barely even know how to use a MacBook because I did everything in college on an iPad. My dad had this HP laptop laptop, which is actually really great, and that's what I'm gonna be running my streams through now. And this is kind of what the seating placement looks like. I sit by the laptop directly across the TV with the camera and the mic facing me directly. I also picked up a Stream Deck, but I'm not gonna use that yet. Now, my streaming setup and my craft room are actually one and the same, and my craft room, which is still really cute, was also sort of optimized to have all the tools and things that I need closest to me, which did not look exactly cute. So I ended up having to move a ton of my stuff around. So if we take a look, this is what my streaming setup looks like with all the lights on. I invested in some lights from Five Below, and by invested in, I spent $3 on 2 boxes of twinkle lights and a cute little cowboy hat light. Immediately behind me, I have my RoboSen Optimus Prime. He was a gift from a very good friend. I really didn't have anywhere to put him before, so it feels really good to finally have him out of the box. I gotta highlight some of my favorites. I've got this Red Hood helmet, my Eric Draven bust, this fabulous Catwoman art that was a gift from my good friend Mel Milton, and this Batman that I'm absolutely in love with. I also kept this LED letter J from my last birthday party, and next to it we have Joelle Jones' Catwoman in her wedding gown. I've also got a Black Series Bo-Katan and this hand model that I got for drawing. There's that little cowboy hat light I told you about with 2 Boba Fett remote control holders and a bumblebee. And this is pretty much the whole space. It's really not a big room, and it's also full of crafting supplies, but to be honest, I think it works for exactly what I need. I can't imagine needing much more space than this just to do my little streams. I'm so stoked to be doing this. I'm also a little bit anxious because I think it's really different being polished SnarkyJay versus the one that's actively frustrated and screaming at a TV because the cowboy isn't doing what I want him to do. But I'm still hoping that we can have some fun. I hope that we can do like some live chats, maybe some video reactions. I just want to get closer to my audience, and I want to have a good time on Twitch. I think I've created the perfect space to do that, so I hope it goes well. Quick reminder, as of the time of this video's recording, which is 12:30 on May 2nd, I'm going to be going live at 6 p.m. EST tonight just to do a quick test and see how the stream works. So please make sure you follow me on Twitch so that we can do that, and I'll hopefully see you tonight. That's all from me. I've been SnarkyJay. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. For more SnarkyJay, be sure to check me out on Instagram, and if you'd like to support me, this channel, and my content creation, do check out and consider subscribing to my Patreon for exclusive photo shoot sets and content. I will add links to both in the description below, and let me know your thoughts on my Twitch stream setup in the comments below.